weekend preview time. Daggy Beaver back with you for Show Us Your Tips. We've got, Kembla and Cranbourne to look at today for our Saturday show. How's the Beaver?
The Beaver's flying along quite nicely, Daggy. Beautiful weather and off to a Christmas party tonight at Randwick Racecourse.
Happy days.
If you would fancy that, eh?
Very good. No racing there, unfortunately, this weekend, but
no racing. But there is a Christmas party tonight.
In the members or in that big
in the wing stand?
Oh yeah, that's not bad there.
Yes.
Nice.
So should enjoy that, and looking forward to the weekend. Although the punt is quite disappointing, so going to have to really pick the eyes out of them for the weekend, and tough weekend ahead potentially, but who knows? We've said that before and come up trumps. So let's hope that's again.
For those that have been, followed the show for the last 5 years, we generally when we go into meetings like this, we have a bit of success. So it is an awful weekend. I dare say it might be the first weekend, as long as I remember I don't have a bet, but I've done the form and we'll throw something up. Just quickly, we've got to plug a website. Showusyourtips.net is live. There's still a bit of scaffolding up around the joint. We're still a work in progress, but we've got sports tips up there. We've got the show. Obviously, you can find the show, the hard copy, or the notes on our show, our tips in writing are up there, which people have been asking for. And a few other bits and bobs. We had a UFC preview last week. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram as well. Show us your tips racing on Instagram. Showusyourtips.net is the website. I believe we had a bit of our NFL guy Cal has come up trumps in his first week. How'd that go?
Yeah, he's absolutely killed it. Had a fair few bets there, and got some nice individual winners up at the line. Multi-miss, but his Hail Mary bets, as he calls it, at $7.50 come up trumps. And so, if you had about 9 different selections there, and if you had $10 on all of them, you would have come out with $220. So your return on profit is well over the 100% mark. So that's no mean feat in punting terms.
Absolutely.
Let's see if he can maintain it. And this week's tips are up, so get on and have a look. But the site's looking great. You can get all your podcasts, you can get your YouTube videos of us, and you can also see the tips in summary there if you don't have time to listen or just can't recall. So site's looking great, and there's more features to come as we build that out.
Absolutely, aiming to get that up and going for 2025. We'll have Supercoach coverage. We'll have rugby league coverage, courtesy of Footy and Frothies, and plenty of other stuff going on there. So exciting times. As I said, Instagram and Facebook as well. If you want to get in touch directly, hit us up there. Let's get to Kembla Grange, though. We got Kembla and Cranbourne. As I said, it's when we have metro horses go to both these, sort of any of these out wide tracks, I always just feel none of the pieces quite fit right, so I can't say I'm bringing with confidence. But let's kick off at Kembla, where I haven't opened my notes. So where's the rail? It should be in the somewhere. Good track. We're going to be in a good track. It was softer in a week, but it will be better than that. And the rail logically should be true for a day like this, which means I've treated it as fair. I know once we get a bit of moisture in it, it does very much come down the outside, but we'll chat throughout the afternoon. Did you have any thoughts on how this might play it down at the Gong?
Yeah, look, hopefully it plays pretty fair. Kembla is a track that usually does, so I'd surprised if it doesn't. It looks like the weather's been good enough, so hopefully, it's placed well and gives everyone a chance to win.
Right, I'll get this alarm. Oh, I didn't. My standing alarm in the first, which is a 1,400-metre highway, Class 3 as usual. And I will get that sound effect back for us, Beaver, but what are you doing in the first?
Yeah, that'd be nice, because I am going to go for it. This is a really ordinary field, and although it was a little bit disappointing first up, it wasn't that far behind them. I think it'll be further improved here and has run some good races in the past. Trialled well, was in the market, was drawn wide, so I had to go back at Rosehill. Probably wasn't suited there. This will top it off and can run well here. And I'm talking about race 1, number 4, Gentileshi.
I think there's a nice 2-horse play here. 2 horses that didn't have a great deal of luck last start. First is Ever I Do. Now gets a soft draw from having to cover a ground last time out. It's $9 here, drawn gate 2. And Gentilessi's $6. It also didn't have the best of luck. Did start in the market, as you said. Was very impressive. For second up last time out, albeit it's Scone tailing up some nerds out there. But the fact you're getting a good each way price about both means it's a pretty comfy way for me to start the day. 2-bet play there, both around the $6 and $9 mark. The second is a 1,400-metre midway benchmark 72, which comes through the lead up a fortnight ago. And I'm going to go with Monty Supreme, who just missed last time out. Gets Tommy Berry here, gets a better draw, and comes to its home track. I thought, Tommy, one of the go-to jockeys on the cards with the big wigs all over in Perth. So, going to go with it. On top from Miss Hades, who just starting to get back to some form. Hopefully Gate 1 goes okay. It's obviously a better draw than last time out, and gets Karen. Will make it the main danger, and Saturnus coming home as well will run a place at a big price, I think. Maybe one for the exotics, Beaver.
Yeah, look, another super tricky race here. I've gone for number 16 for Miko, third up here. Both runs this time in have been okay. Resumed nicely at Newcastle. I thought that was a decent run, only just beaten there. And second run, finished fifth, but was only half a length off them. Gets a bit of a weight drop here. Was at Kembla, so it goes good at this track. I think it can run well, and had some decent form up in Brizzy prior to that. So for Mika on top for me, around the $8 mark.
Beautiful. The third is a 1,000-metre benchmark 78, and we see one of the stories of the day is a lot of these blue colours sort of stepping up in grade. This one's not so much up in grade, but does lose J-Mac, and I'm going to put it on top. That's number 4, Pisanello. Nice win during the carnival. I know we've got go McDonald to Hieronymus, but the map just sets up really nicely. Duke of Bronte, Tri-State push forward, and it just lobs straight behind him. It's got ability. It should do enough to win this race, and it is on top. I thought the value in the race was Angel Fund. The last two chasing that good horse, Confess Our Dreams, sets up all right for this, and it's a big price. The two I mentioned that will lead also next best. What have you thought of this, Beaver?
Yeah, look, I've got Pisanello on top as well. That was flying at the moment. They were two good runs this time in. Third up should be super hard to beat. I'm scared of Duke of Bronte. It's a good win first up, and I tipped it and backed it. I was on course that day and got nice juicy odds, and got Tim Clark aboard, who knows how to rate him out in front. So it's certainly going to be hard to beat. But yeah, I just think Pisanello is the best horse in the race, Gate 1, and can sit in behind it and be too good.
The fourth is a benchmark 78, but 1,200 metres. Another odd race, essentially a midweek race here. What have you found?
Yeah, look, again, this is a super hard race. I'm going to go with Gently Rolled. The two, it's third up here. Both runs have been pretty good this time in, carrying sort of similar weights. A couple of lengths behind Ferrari. And then last start, further improved behind the Prodigal Son. Again, not far away. I think it can run well here, and the Kembla track will suit. Got it on top again. Just looking for some of those horses sort of around the $8 to $10 mark.
I'm not fully comfortable. I'm putting Left Field on top. It's a horse that I think other people have a better opinion of than me. I've never been the biggest fan of it, but had to do a lot of work first up, hit the line pretty well. I think Gate 13, once you start getting this card, is probably not a bad thing at Kembla. And I'll put it on top, maybe for the first time ever. And I'm just terrified of these two lightly raced ones that come here off the Kenzo race. Wooler Win and Harry's Bar. Don't quite know how to line them up. Neither one would shock. But I didn't have a big opinion of the rest of this field, really. I have been with Gently Rolled the first two, so I had enough. That's why I've moved on from it.
Yeah, that's why I hopped on, because I thought you might be off.
It is an absolute recipe for success. The fifth is a 2,000-metre benchmark 78. And I don't particularly like this one either. I've got Alcance on top, LL Sance on top, the Gaybot horse. Just taken as face value. Pretty soft win. First up in Australia. It's going to roll across here with Tim Clark, as you mentioned. That's no thing. It just gets to find a nice spot behind Fleet Commander. He's going to flop about out in front for everyone. It goes on top from, we've lost Bullets High. Probably not a bad thing. And Modesty's the main danger. I thought that showed a really nice chase. Second up in Australia, and bouncing off that will improve is the only other horse I'm really going to talk about here. 4 from 7 in the 5th, Beaver.
Yeah, I've gone the same way. I think the Waterhouse combination might have, a kind of horse here that wins at this time of the year in the spring when the quality's down a bit. Comes off some good form at the Curragh, and these horses tend to stack up if they come here and win and show some ability. So I think this one might be super hard to beat here, and I don't think you'll get $4 on the day, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough. The 6th is a 1400 metre benchmark 78. What have you got for me?
Yeah, interesting race, this one. Sort of kind of went up and down this trying to look for something that took my fancy and really struggled. I just ended up coming back to the top one in Blazing Harry. That was a good win at Randwick last start. Was drawn wide, just set off the pace, and won quite comfortably in the end. I thought gets a better draw here. Got the Price Kent combination. I think it'll be hard to beat. Thought the Hot Watch horse might be Salt Coach resuming.
Yeah, odd race. I've just ended up defaulting to the leader. I'm in to win. First up last time in was only nabbed late by Franz Joseph, who I think were on that day actually as well. And it's going to be in front in a race I don't like. Blazing Harry comes off. I know it was an all right win, but it did get a perfect run in what essentially was a provincial race on Cup Day. But does have upside. So, yes, we'll make it the danger. And I'll move on. The quaddie starts with the 7th, a mile benchmark, 88. Estadio Mestalla is on top for me. The horse is going really well. It's all but won a few times this prep. I know it's now... we're now getting into that area where it needs a win, but I've got a bit of faith in Joe Pride for the rest of the day. So put it on top from Chica Mojito, who's another one that may have fired all its bullets and missed all its shots, but it does stay down in weight. It's the best case I can make for it. It does need a win, though. Jake Hollett is another go-to on the card. And I thought Unique Ambition, back to a mile, actually sets up pretty well for this. Gets a cozy run. $10 looks fair enough. Next best, Beaver.
Yeah, look, I've gone for Estadio Mestalla as well. It's got to carry the 62, but unlucky not to win last start. And I think Gate Forward just gets the right run again here. It's going to be certainly in the finish. I was a bit disappointed with Tabby Time, to be honest, last start. I thought it had every chance.
You know what I've decided? I'm the same. I've decided it's just a myth.
And it only carried 53. It's got 62 here, and they've obviously had to put the claim on it. So it's up 6 kilos. But Estadio Mestalla beating at home fair and square last start, and Estadio is up about the same, a little bit less, probably means it's slightly better on the weights. So I had Estadio Mestalla on top, and I thought the main danger was the top weight, King of the Castle. Won well, second up, third up here, $15, drawn gate 5. I think those two are the very similar horses that will probably put in similar runs. On the lookout there.
Brilliant. The 8th is the feature, the Gong, which I think it's $1 million over a mile. Good race. A lot of these coming through that Cup Day race as well. Who have you found?
Oh, madam, I can't believe Gringotts is $5, to be honest. Just think that's an outstanding price. I know it's drawn wide again, but I just see this. I just see the same thing happening. It's clearly the best horse in this race. So super hard to beat. And the main danger is Territory Express. He got locked away on the fence last start and was probably a little bit, again, close to another tragedy beating the last couple of races. So it's certainly a bit saving on that. But those two are the clear picks for me on top, and take one and save on the other.
Now I'm backing Lekvarte. I thought that was a good run in the Empire Rose, chasing a Tissue, who was always going to win that race. Got Ray out of its ground, hit the line well, comes back here. Gate 9, it's double figures. Before that, smashed a field in Sydney. I think the horse is airborne, and it is on top. Yes, I know what you said about Gringotts, but I'm going to cover out wide here, Super Razzi at 30s, and I'm going to cover, should your mate get a run, Poison Chalice down there at a big price, and maybe even NCAP, who seems a silly price as well, but There's only to be small bets. Good luck to Connections of NCAP there. Yeah, good race. And I respect what you said about Gringotts, but yeah. The ninth is 1,000 metre, the Warra. Interesting sprint race we've got here as well, Group 3. And I'm going to have a spec on Brudenell here. Had 2 quiet trials for Chris Lees. And it's a horse that comes off this sort of spring sprint caravan where they all go around state to state and run in those top races. Just think it's lowered its sights a little here. It's $10. And I know it's one of mine, but I'm just going to have a little stab at it. From Fleetwood, who I think's a nice horse. Blue colours stepping up in grade. And Hedge, also I think's a nice horse and has some fantastic form around some very good girls last prep. That's a race for me, but it doesn't end there. Thoughts?
Yeah, really open race. Nice little sprint race. Plenty of chances. You're 100% right. I've gone for Fleetwood. Really liked what it done when it was in work last time. Some great runs. I think it's a gelding returning here, so has won first up before. This looks like a very winnable race in an open field. Again, like the $7. But as you said, some really good quality horses in. Dragonstone bounced back last start, and like prior to that, it had Group 2. It was Group 3 form, 1 length behind IME, and 3 lengths again prior to that IME. So that was the red hot form, and Julie's saluted in a weaker race. Can't rule it out. Headwall as well. I think it can run well. It's been there or thereabouts. Gate 11 will get back, but has a really good turn of foot. So this is a good race. I like it. But Fleetwood on top.
Beautiful. We wrap up with a benchmark 78 over the 1,200 metres. Who are we coming home with?
Yeah, not a race I was overly keen on. I'm sticking with number 12 Disneck here, purely Bjorn in the last. It's an open race. First up was pretty good. Third, I think it can run well. And I just went back and forth down this and just kept coming back to it.
And Bjorn's back. What did he train? 4 or 5 winners on Wednesday? Jeez, every time I looked up, he looked like he was winning. It looks like Bjorn's back as well, which is a scary prospect. That said, I'm going to cover a couple here. One's Bunker Hut. It's been saved from a few meetings for this. It has trialled really well, and I think some of that form from last prep fits okay in a race like this. The other one is the blue colours down the bottom, Restonica, just another one that just comes up in grade at the right time, I think. Chase Spanish Fox last time out. All its stuff out wide has been very good, but does have to come to town. It's $10. I think fits this race okay. Terrified of Disneck. Let's get to the quaddie, I suppose, before I get your best in value on a tricky day. First leg, we'll go with 2 Estadio Mestalla. I suppose 3 Tabby Time, but I'm very tempted to leave it out. 14 Chickamahida. Actually, I'm going to leave it out. Get stuffed. 14 Chickamahida, 15 Rock Empire, 16 Unique Ambition. Second leg, 1 Gringotts, 6 NCAP, 9 Lekvarte, 11 Stepati, 12 Waterford, 15 Superati, 16 Vivier, and 19 Poison Chalice. Third leg, 1 Dragonstone, 2 Brudenell, 3 Hedged, 9 Headwall, 10 Fleetwood, and we'll come home. We've got to skinny up somewhere. Iron Man can go as well. 7 Bunker Hut, 12 Disneck, and 16 Restonica. $100 should get you around. I think it's around 18%, but a couple of splits there. It will pay well enough. Struggled to find a best in value, so you can go first here.
Yeah, look, my best bet came up in race 9 Gringotts. I think it's going to be super hard to beat. I think it was number 1. And yes, my value bet is race 9, number 10, Fleetwood.
The bet I'm keenest to have, Lekvarte, race 8, number 9, double figures. Let's make it our best. Why not? Value the other Joe Pride runners there. Estadio Mestalla, race 7, number 2, and maybe have a little multi and throw Dragonstone in. Have all 3. Why not? Let's head to Cranbourne, the Hawkesbury of the South down there. Don't like the track. Don't like betting there, but I'll put out some tips. We've got Cranbourne Cup Day. The rail is in the 3. It's going to be a good track. And if you like benchmark 70 racing on a Saturday, we've got the meeting for you right here. Let's start off with a 1,200 metre handicap for the 3-year-olds. What do you got for us, Beaver?
Yeah, fired up there. You're laying the slipper in, aren't you? You're red hot.
Are they even racing? We should have done Queen. It doesn't matter. They're on. I've done it, so let's talk about it.
Yeah, look, I'm going to stick with the favourite in the first, Romani. It's a Gomon. I think that's how you say it.
Close enough.
Close enough. It's got the Shin Hayes
Romani,
combination. Romani, whatever.
Mm.
Got the Hayes. It's in the Hayes stable. 3 starts, a second and 2 wins. One of benchmark 64 last start. Jumps on the bunny here. Should be hard to lead and hard to run down at Cranbourne.
Romans go home is the translation. I should have known that. I knew that. But anyway, horse of most interest for me is Stormberg. If it was with a bigger stable, it'd have a much better SP profile, I think. It's run some good races in some decent tier-old stuff last time out. 3 trials. First one was good. The others were okay. The fact it's double figures was of the most interest. Damewood was very good last time out. Got on the wrong side of the track there, in the wrong division up the straight. Hit the line really well. It's going to run well here. And obviously the leader you mentioned is in the game. We've got some more 3-year-olds in the second. 2025 metre, the Robin Daly Classic, in fact, here. And I like this one a bit better. Mount Rinjani. I thought the debut was very good. Even luck it's in the finish there, probably should have won. Then won as it liked in a maiden in the Valley. I think 2,000 metres, it's going to eat up anything that Yulong puts its colours on now seems to grow a leg. So I think it is an absolute live chance here. King of Enterprise is the danger. Comes out of the race that produced the 1,000 guineas Quinella last week and will be on pace. It's a 2 for me.
Yep. I've got the same 2 just around the other way. I've gone King of Enterprise on top. Pretty good first 2, and then went to Group Company last start and wasn't that far off Aliana, who's got ability, as we know. I think the step out to 2,000 here is good. Gate 2, I think you can stalk the pace and might just get the right run.
The third is a 2,540 metre benchmark 70, and I'll be completely honest, I saw Ahu Rira's favourite. Couldn't find anything that was remotely interested in backing to beat it, and I just moved on with my life. Anything else for you?
I just thought it was a bit skinny at $3, and someone can have that. I just went for number 4, Duke of Hastings, close to the $10 mark. Won well over this distance last, and has been there or thereabouts in some of the provincial type races and going okay. It sticks on okay, and might run a decent race.
The fourth is a 1,300 metre benchmark 70. What do you got for us here?
Yeah, another tricky race here. I kind of got down to 2. Again, settled on Electrona. Thought it was going quite well at the moment. It's been thereabouts. Drawn gate 3, should sort of get a good run. Only just beaten last start, and it's an ultra consistent horses, and they tend to show up in these types of races. It'll sit in the top 4 from gate 3 and give you a sight.
I had 2 as well. One is definitely Electrona. The second up record is all that turned me off putting it on top. I think it's a nice horse. I've gone with Dual Pressure. I think any of the runs this time in, if it runs to them, chasing Pisanello last week, before that, chasing Isthmus, it'll win this if it repeats those runs. Even that 8th of 11 was a very good run, sitting 3 wide outside lead on a fence day. But it's on top, and Electrona the main danger. Back to the 1,000, benchmark 70. And, hey, worth a stab here, actually. Didn't mind this. Reigning King comes down off some very good provincial form, dominant provincial form, including a win over Firestar 3 back. That horse has since gone and do some good things. It's $13. It does lose Nathan Doyle, but comes to the right gate, right run, $13. Let's find out. I think it's worth a spec from Lazy Susan, who's double figures as well, and I think it's going pretty well. Sat wide and retired last time out. Before that was a nice winner at the Valley, both double figures. Worth a play for me. Yes, you're probably about to tip Trapeze Warrior or Moral, so I'll let you do that now.
I wouldn't say it's a moral, but look, third up here, and going off the Pisanello form, Certainly looks good to me. It's a progressive type of horse, which is a little bit different to some of these that have been, you know, lacking probably looking like they're going to sort of step up. It also ran second to Tax Free Profit, which I think is good form. And when last in work, it won its maiden here at Cranbourne, pretty much leading all the way and winning by a couple of lengths, and was a good go. Before after that, stepped out to open class company straight after winning a maiden, which is hard to do. Spelled comes back here, going the best of all of these. Yeah, I think it's clear on top.
Yep, no, I completely understand. The Lester is up next, a benchmark 84 over 2,025 metres. What have you come up with in this one?
Yeah, look, hard race this one, but I've gone for number 10, Ambassadorial from the Waterhouse Box stable. I think this is going to be hard to beat. I think it can sort of take up a good position here. Comes down from Sydney. He's been running against State of America and acquitting itself quite well, and then only just beaten again last start by Soldier of Rome. This looks ideal for this, and over this distance, looks perfect. Gate 10, it'll force it to come across, take up a position, hard to run down.
I agree. State of America's the form horse of Sydney at the moment, so I think that form looks great. Gay knows when to pull the right string. It's on top from Nation's Call is going to be the other on pacer for Blake Shin, who may well dictate just how fast they go, given he's drawn inside it. So the two up front, look, the two for me. Yeah, not much to add. Good job. The 7th is the Rosemont Stud Pendant. Interesting girls race here. The fillies, and I'm going with Konasana third up. I didn't quite understand the placement of this horse at a couple of these races, but it has got ability. I know, and I wish it would pour down because I think it's a genuine wet tracker. But D-Lane pushes forward, finds running line. I think it's going to be in the finish. From Waymarie, very interesting back to 1,400 metres. It's my one knock, but just the fact there's not a lot of other pace here. I think it just rolls along like it did at Flemington and can run to a place. And Flues, you obviously run well, lightly raced. Very good resumption, Beaver.
Yeah, I've gone for Floozy based off that resumption. Again, the Price Cant Shin combination is a good one. First up was good. Love the way it won there. That was impressive enough, and has run some nice races back against the likes of second to Miss Aria, which is good form for this, and listed races in South Australia. So hoping that it's taken a bit of a progression for this preparation, and around the $6.57 mark, I think that's a good bet. And I think you're right, Konasana probably brings the elite form here in group company against Ostraka and Fancify, who had led all the way on probably a leader's track last start. So third up here, that the Waller Lane combination can't be underestimated.
And that Fancify, it's just one of those horses, when it wins, you go, oh, yeah, that's right, it's half decent horse. It's actually not a bad horse, Fancify at all.
Yeah.
The feature is $1 million race, 1,200 metres, the Meteorite. It's definitely a race, perhaps a tail on it, but who have you come up with?
Yeah, quality race here. But yeah, you're right. Looks like a tail, but some of these can bob up. I'm sticking with the favourite, Barraquil.
Yeah.
It's the class horse of this race. The way it won two starts back was super impressive. And then last start, 6 behind Sunshine in Paris, only 2.2 lengths. That was outstanding form for this. Look, I think the $3 is about a fair price, to be totally honest. I'm pretty keen on it. Raymond Maginero, we know, is ultra consistent, gate force perfect, won't run a bad race, and will push Barraquil. And then the others are probably quite grouped together. When you look at, their form, they can bob up, but whether they can beat the top two, I'm not sure. And, you could put Nadal, Arkansas Kid, Oscar's Fortune, and even Moby Dick. First up looked like it was going to be a huge preparation. Probably hasn't lived up to that yet.
No, it hasn't. Oh, I fell in love with Barraquil here. I just thought, go back and look at its 2 runs around the bend. That's the best indication. Before the straight run there, that's the best indication to win this. All you're betting is if it's still, it's not too deep in prep, has been up a while.
Yeah.
as you say, $3 more than fair. One of the better bets on the card. Arkansas Kid, nothing went right at Sydney. I think it's better than that. Go back and look at its stuff before then, as you said. Just nabbed by Right to Party up the straight. Before that, there's been money for it, but it is a big price. That's why I made it the danger. And our mate Ray, just an absolute line chaser, is up to this race in its ears. I think they're the three easy ones to cover. The 9th is the 1600 metre Cranbourne Cup. And I've gone with the Kiwi Raider. 2 big wins overseas, including beating Lekvarte last time out. And that we saw that come over to Australia and win some nice races in its time. Blake Shin, Gate 5, possibly finds a really nice spot along the rail there, if all goes to plan. And it is on top for me. I think there's a bit of a tail in this race. I'm going to make Pinstripe the main danger. Pulled up lames, had some issues last time out. Is the Group 1 horse of the race. Easy one to cover it around the $8 mark. That'll do me. Okay, I'll throw Globe, and if I'm having a quaddie, I'll throw Globe and the other horse you like in there, Running By. What have you come up with?
Yeah, I've gone Pinstriped.
Yeah.
I think you're right. The New Zealand form looks very, very good. It's going to be super hard to beat, but I just went Pinstriped as the class horse in this. Gate 1's a bit of a concern for me.
I don't understand the price. Like I could have marked it favourite, really.
Yeah, me too. And that's why I've gone for it. $7.50, I think, is outstanding price. It just depends on where it gets in the run. But there's a horse like Air Assault that is going to probably from gate 13, it's going to carve across, it's going to lead, and it's going to be running some sectionals, I think, to keep break this field up. So I think Pinstriped on top. Obviously scared of it's a Wilder Nights.
We've got a Class 3 1,500 metre handicap taking us home. I'll let you do the honours here.
Not much to say here. The number 8's O2 Good will be O2 Good. I've got it on top, and great way to finish the day. I think you can get some cash, add to what's already in your kick.
Jump, lead, win. Yeah, that's it. If you wanted Quinella, if you're so inclined, I might throw Mathletic or I Got You in, but nothing more to add. Favourite to win the last, which I assume will be one of the prominent numbers in Beaver's quaddie down south. Want to give it to us?
Yeah, I will give you my quaddie. It is in the first leg, race 7. I've got number 1, Tis Invincible, 3, Conasana, 4, Brazen Lady, and 10, Floozy. In the next, I've gone number 1, Arkansas Kid, number 2, Barraquiel, number 4, Spacewalk, and number 6, Ray Madge. In the next leg, I've got number 1, Pinstriped, number 4, Nuggets, number 8, Air Assault, and number 9, It's a Wild Night. And we're just going to go one out in the last, O2 Good.
Beautiful. My best is O2 Good in the last race, 10, number 8. Now it's a cop-out. So let's make Barraquel just as good a thing, hey? Why not? Value race 5, number 6, Reigning King. What about yourself, Beaver?
Yeah, look, gone my best as Barraquiel as well. And my value bet is race 9, number 1, Pinstriped.
I see Doomben's abandoned. Okay. Anything else around Australia? We've got the Railway Stakes.
I didn't even know that, Matt.
I just saw it then, yeah. I've just
no,
click on it.
I haven't done anything else, so can't help much there.
No, the only other one I'll even mention, I'm a fool to myself, but race 2 tonight at the Valley. Surely Canara breaks its maiden. Race 2, number 9. Not much to add. We've got the Railway Stakes, Nash. We've got Light Cavalryman over there with J-Mac, and Nash is on the leader, Belclair. That'll be interesting, but I haven't done any form. So we may as well take it home. Check out showusyourtips.net, and I will be back to do some midweek chatting next week. Then we've got next weekend to talk about, hopefully back to Rose Hill and some nice standard home track racing. That'll be very good. Anything else, Beaver?
Nothing else from me, Matt. Fingers crossed.
Thank you, punters. Good luck this weekend. About to kick back and watch some cricket. See yous.
Yeah, beautiful.